Lauren here.
And Ben.
And
we moved again.
This is kind of a one just for you. It was made just for you. No, I'm just kidding.
You found this and I'm excited.
Yeah.
You're going to have to cut me off probably.
We're going to do a tag video, and Jess from JessBookgirlTV, we can tag her below. She created this tag, the Stephen King tag.
So I get to Ben-splain Stephen King.
Yes,
some more.
And there's a lot of questions, so don't go too long here.
You may have to cut me off.
We know that you're like blah, 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 blah.
Yep,
but
you're going to get me started. You are responsible for cutting me off.
Okay. How did you get into reading King?
I had a friend whose mom had this really cool collection of a lot of his hardcovers, and I would go to their house and I would see them, and I always wanted to read them, but they were super intimidating because they're just so big. And this is when I was into Goosebumps and Fear Street and all that stuff. And he would recommend books to me, this friend, and he eventually got me to the point where I wanted to.
Who is this friend?
Nathan. You met him one time.
Thank you, Nathan. Yeah. You have changed.
Not talked to him in probably 20 years.
Yeah,
so,
but he's changed your life.
That was a huge part. Yep.
Yeah.
Very, very pivotal moment for me. So that's where I got started.
Yeah. Okay. What was the first King book you read?
The first one I remember reading is The Tommyknockers.
Interesting. That's aliens, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And it's not one of his...
That's not your jam so much, I feel like.
No, but I loved it. And it's not one of his most popular. People are divided about it, at least, for sure.
Okay.
But I loved it. Yep.
Have you read a Stephen King book published the year you were born?
1982 was the year The Gunslinger came out, and it is one of my favorites. I've read it multiple times.
And we may have stolen that answer.
The Dark Tower #1. You told me that.
We may have stolen that answer.
There's a pretty good chance he wrote more than one book and released more than one book in 1982. So
yeah.
But yeah.
Which of his books do you prefer to collect? Hardcover, paperback, or does it matter?
Both.
Yeah, you do.
There was a time where I wanted all the hardcovers. That's what you see behind me. What you don't see over here on the other side of the room, I've now started collecting some of the mass market paperbacks because they just have such cool covers. And now I'm even getting into these cool, they're doing all these like new trade with the vintage covers. So I have multiple copies of most of his books at this point for that reason.
You probably don't know how many of his books are on your shelves. You probably don't know offhand.
I would have to count, but I would say in the neighborhood of 70, 80.
Okay. Stephen King is known for long and gory. Which of his novels was tough for you to read?
Revival hit me really hard.
Wow, that's a newer one.
Yeah. And you talked me into that one. I wasn't going to read it because I thought
I did not like the end. I did not like where Revival went.
I loved it, and I didn't think I was going to like that book.
I thought you would have said Pet Sematary.
Hard for me to read. Pet Sematary is hard to read for sure. I've not read it since becoming a parent.
I think that's interesting. Yeah, we should do like a video on that. You should reread it and see if
it's. I have a huge stack downstairs in my office of rereads for him, and that's one because Michael C. Hall did the audio, and I'm dying to check that out. So.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
Yep.
Have you DNF'd a King book?
No.
Really?
No. I don't know that I ever would.
Really?
Yeah. I came pretty close. The one that I came the closest with, I think, is Finders Keepers, which is the second in the Mr. Mercedes trilogy.
Yeah.
I did not care at all for where that book went, but I did finish it.
But you are also not like a lot of Stephen King.
Finish.
Yeah. A lot of Stephen King super fans are going to read him to zero and have read him to zero.
I don't think I'll read him to zero.
You have no interest in doing that.
There is a handful that are not interesting to me.
Yeah.
The ones that skew more toward crime, fiction.
The Holly ones.
The Holly give me stuff. I don't really. Mr. Mercedes was great.
Yeah.
If It Bleeds, I enjoyed that story quite a bit. But Holly as a character is not one that I need to read over and over and over.
Have you read her at all?
Yeah.
Oh, you have?
She's in all three of these.
Oh.
She is in.
But you haven't read Holly.
I have not read the book Holly.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Nor do I care to.
Okay. Have you read his books in publication order?
I mean, not all of them because I haven't read all of his books, but no, that's not something that I've ever tried to do. No.
What Stephen King books would you like to read but haven't yet? I know the answer to this.
Okay. What do you?
11/22/63.
Yeah, I bought a copy of that recently. Gerald's Game, Liza's Story. I bought copies of those. The Outsider, which is another Holly.
Oh, I've read that one.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in that. I did see.
I have copies of all those that I've not read yet.
Okay.
So yes, there are some that I haven't read that I still want to. But I'm more interested in rereading.
Name a book he has written that other people liked but you didn't.
There's got to be one.
Didn't you listen?
I liked The Eyes of the Dragon more than I thought I would. I don't know. You know what? Here's hot take. The Shining is not my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
The Shining,
You
it might
always
be
say
in
that.
the bottom half of my King reads.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one I'll go with.
Okay.
I like it.
They're doing that antho though. They're going to put an antho.
Yeah,
about
they
The
just
Shining.
announced a new
Just
anthology.
like they did with The Stand. They're going to do.
This will be stories that happen in the Overlook Hotel before the events of The Shining. So it's not quite the same, but it's a cool idea for sure. And
yeah, and they're taking.
Yeah, but
people.
that's not my favorite.
They're taking short stories from people.
They're
right?
doing an open call, which is
You
a
need
bit
to
of a
do
lottery ticket. If I have an idea,
I think you should do it. But whatever. Name a book that you think is underrated. I know your answer for this too.
Underrated?
Yeah.
What do you think I'm gonna answer?
Cell.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
look at me. Look,
Cell,
I listen.
You do. Cell is very underrated.
You do not
I
listen.
loved that book.
I listen. Creepy characters. Which Stephen King characters would you like to have dinner with?
Would I like to have dinner with? These are not the kind of things that I think about. I could probably name 5 from The Stand, like
Whoopi Goldberg.
Nick Andros. Every time I say The Stand, that is your immediate
That's
response.
the only thing I know about it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, you don't listen then, because I talk about it constantly. Let's go with Nick Andros from The Stand.
Nobody from. What about, I know who I'd want to have dinner with. That guy. You want to go
Judd
down
Crandall?
Judd Crandall.
Judd Crandall. I would have
From
dinner
Pet
with Judd
Sematary.
Crandall.
Yeah.
And then he would tell you how to make terrible decisions that ruin your entire family, because that's what he does. Yeah.
I would. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
If you were able to meet Stephen King, what would you say? You'd probably not be able to speak.
Nothing articulate.
I feel like I would have to do the talking for you. Let's be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's be honest.
I would clam up so
Ben would be,
hard.
yeah.
Yeah, I would be a human.
Ben does not have the best.
I would be a human knot.
You do not have the best first impressions.
I make terrible first impressions.
We could go down our first date.
I have a high degree of social anxiety. And I would have like a total starstruck kind of moment and just be like, "Hi, I read."
You're lucky.
I would be lucky to get out 2 words, and they would probably be "I read."
You're lucky you got me, because you don't do good first impressions.
I made a terrible first impression on you.
Yeah, I know the answer to this one. Have you ever been to Bangor, Maine?
Yeah, we did go, and it was really fun. We took pictures at his house. We took pictures at the standpipe, and I sat on the bench where he purportedly wrote part of it.
Mm-hmm. And his little neighbor has a little free library, and Stephen King may have touched this book.
He may have.
It's possible.
He certainly walked by it.
Yes. So yes.
And this is why I can't meet him and have something articulate to say, because of moments like that.
Which do you prefer more, his books or movies?
Books.
Yeah. Name your favorite Stephen King movie.
The Mist.
Movies. Yeah.
I love The Mist. I love Shawshank. I love The Green Mile. Basically anything that Frank Darabont had a hand in works well for him.
Okay.
I still want to watch The Monkey. We haven't seen The Monkey yet.
We haven't.
Or Boogeyman.
That's just another one. Like Christine, I have some of his ideas,
you know what?
I have
Honestly, it's easy for me to go to those. My favorite movie of his is Creepshow.
That was his?
Mm-hmm. Creepshow. When he wrote it as a movie, it worked better. All those stories were perfect.
Okay. Well, that's we busted through that.
God, I could have talked a lot longer.
Well, you would have bored people. You and Stephen King have that in common.
That's the question for this video. Am I boring?
Is Ben boring?
Am I boring?
Also, are you guys a Stephen? I mean, hopefully, if you're watching this, you're a Stephen King fan. But me, on the other hand, he describes too much. He can go. Mm-hmm. He goes on tangents.
He does.
Yeah. But
There's
he
not
is
a
your
better
fave.
Living storyteller. There is not a better living storyteller. I'm sorry. There's not.
I don't know. But yeah, answer our questions. Answer any of these questions in our comments.
Yeah. Yep.
Give us what should Ben read that he hasn't read? And I know you don't know everything he's read, but you've kind of fallen off. You like his older stuff. You need to give more of his newer stuff a shot. Mm-hmm. Give Ben some recs.
I have You Like It Darker, but I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
That's one of his newer ones. I'm not really interested in the Holly stuff, so I haven't.
Yeah, so don't recommend that to him. He won't read it.
It's a tough sell.
All right. Bye, Booze.